ஓம் 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 ஹ்ரீம் ஓம் 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 கைலாசத்து பரமசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி அவதாரங்கள் அவதரித்திட அருணையில் மகமாரி குலதெய்வமாய் மலர்ந்திருக்கும் நான் பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி சமயபுரத்து மலர்ந்திருக்கும் நான் பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி சமயபுரத்து நிலை கொண்டு ஜகமெல்லாம் ஆண்டருளும் சமயபுரத்து மகாமாரி அருணையில் அபீதகுஜாம்பிகை காசி ராமேச்சுரம் பாண்டி மலையாளத்து 108 சக்தி பீடங்களில் மகாசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரியாய் பராசக்தியாய் மலர்ந்தருளி காஞ்சியில் காமாட்சி அருணையில் அபீதகுஜாம்பிகை மதுரையில் மீனாட்சி காசியில் விசாலாட்சி கைலாசத்து ஞானாட்சி சமயபுரத்து இந்திராட்சி ஒற்றியூர் வடிவுடையாள் கோட்டை காளிகா ஆனைக்கா அகிலாண்டேஸ்வரி அன்னை புன்னை நல்லூர் மகமாயி தஞ்சாவூர் பெரியநாயகி திருச்சானூர் பத்மாவதி திகம்பரி தக்ஷிணேசத்து தக்ஷிணாகாளி நீக்கமர நிறைந்து பூதங்கள் 5ஆகி தத்துவங்கள் 36ஆய் பரமசிவன் அங்கம் ஆளும் அங்காளி ஓங்காளி பரமசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி நித்யானந்தன் திருமேனீரங்கி நிஜாவதாரமாய் மலர்ந்து உலகுக்கெல்லாம் அருளாசியும் அருள்வாக்கும் நல்லதும் தந்து நல்வாக்குஞ் சொல்லி மங்களம் செய்திட்ட மங்களம் செய்திட மங்களம் செய்திட்டு மங்களம் செய்திட மங்களமே ஆக்கிட கண்மலர்ந்தேன் ஆயிரங்கனுடையாள் இந்திராட்சி ஆனந்த திருமுகம் மலர்ந்தேன் அம்பிகை இங்கெழுந்தருளி அத்துணை பேருக்கும் அத்துணை நலமும் ஆனந்தமும் தந்தேன் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தோடு நாமே நித்யானந்தன் திருமேனி தாங்கி பச்சை பட்டினி விரதம் இருந்து பக்தர்கள் உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் எல்லா நன்மையும் தந்து தோஷமெல்லாம் நீக்கி சந்தோஷம் ஒன்றே தந்து நந்தாத ஆனந்தத்து நிலைத்திருக்கச் செய்து உங்கள் நெஞ்சலாம் நிறைந்து உயிரெல்லாம் உயிர்ப்பித்து வாழ்வெல்லாம் வளமாக்கி அஷ்டலக்ஷ்மியும் ஐஸ்வர்யங்கள் 16 பேறுகள் பெருமையெல்லாம் ஆயகலைகள் 64 எல்லா நன்மையும் எல்லோர்க்கும் அளித்திடவே வந்தேன். கொடுஞ்சீனத்து கொரோனா ஒழியட்டும். என் மக்களெல்லாம் உடல் நலமும் மனநலமும் உயிர் நலமும் அடையட்டும். ஒற்றவம் செய்ய வேண்டிய கோமகன்கள் சிலர் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனாவை உபயோகப்படுத்தி அவம் செய்கின்றார். அந்த அவமெல்லாம் ஒழியட்டும். என் பக்தர்க்கும் மக்கட்கும் எல்லா நன்மையும் நிகழட்டும். மங்களமாய் வெற்றியாய் பச்சை பட்டினி விரதமிருந்து பரமசிவன் பத்தினி நான் நல்லதை செய்திட நன்மையைத் தந்திட நித்யானந்தன் திருமேனி தாங்கி நிஜாவதாரம் கொண்டேன்.
மஞ்சன போற்றும் ஆதிசக்தி காளிகாம்பா. சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி சக்தி ஓம் உலகெங்கும் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் உலகெங்கும் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம். Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om
ஓம் ஓம். நித்தியமும் ஆனந்தமாய் நித்யானந்தன் சரீரத்தில் நிலை கொண்டு கைலாசத்து சக்தீஸ்வரி மகேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி எல்லோருக்கும் அருளாசியும் அருள்வாக்கும் நல்வாக்கும் தந்தவே சத்திய சங்கல்பங்கொண்டேன். மம சங்கல்பம் சிவ சங்கல்பமஸ்து. மம சங்கல்பம் பரமசிவ சங்கல்பஸ்து. மம சங்கல்பம் பரமசிவ சங்கல்பமஸ்து. ஓம் 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 ஓம். ஓம் 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 ஈம் ஜம் 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 ஜம். ஈம் ஓம் 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 ஓம். பிளவச் சித்திரை முதல் நாளில் மீண்டும் நித்யானந்தன் சரீரந்தாங்கி நிஜாவதாரம் கொண்டு உங்கள் வினாக்களுக்கு விடையளித்து வரங்களுக்கு சத்திய வாக்களித்து பிரார்த்தனைக்கெல்லாம் வரமளித்து காமாதேனு கற்பவிருட்சமாய் கேட்கும் வரமெலாந்தந்து ஏழாத நிலையுந்தந்து நன்மையெல்லாம் தந்து மீண்டும் மலருகின்றேன். மக்காள் ஆனந்தமாயிருங்கள், ஆனந்த வாழ்வில் இருங்கள். பரமசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி நான் வெளிப்பட்டு நித்யானந்தன் சரீரத்தில் நிலை கொண்டு மகாமாயி லட்சம் மொழியும் பேசுவேன், நீங்கள் இருந்த விடத்திருந்தே என் கைத்தாங்கும் வேப்பிலையின் மனத்தை வர வைப்பேன். உங்கள் உள்நாக்கில் வேப்பிலையின் ருசியை அளிப்பேன். உடலுக்குள் இருக்கும் நோயெல்லாம் தீர்ப்பேன், உள்ளங்கையில் திருநீறு கொடுப்பேன், உச்சந்தலையில் குங்குமம் அளிப்பேன், மங்களத்துவம் கொடுப்பேன், தீர்க்க சுமங்கலியாய் வைத்திருப்பேன். புற்றுமண்ணை கொட்டி புற்று நோயெல்லாம் தீர்ப்பேன், மந்திர ஒலியாலே உங்கள் உயிருக்கெல்லாம் மங்களந்தருவேன்.
Yes. So Devi Parashakti beautifully is blessing each one of us with health, wealth, and abundance. Devi Parashakti is talking to each one of us with the attitude of giving, not just the act of giving, not just in the verses, Bhagavan, in the Bhagavad Gita verses, various times, Bhagavan Shri Krishna talks about various types of sacrifices. Sacrifice, it is not just the act of giving, but the attitude of giving. Otherwise, you may do everything following all rituals according to the scriptures, but you will miss out on the real intent for which the act has been done. The real reason what Devi Parashakti wants to convey. The real thing, what is supposed to be delivered will not be delivered if you are just following all the rituals, coming and sitting in for the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, just because every day you come and sit for the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. Whereas you really want the understanding and follow each and everything that Devi Parashakti wants to deliver. A beautiful story from the Bhagavatam, the ancient Hindu epic. Once Krishna was playing with his friends. After playing, his friends were tired and they asked Krishna for food. Krishna replied, "Go to the nearby hall where the learned Brahmanas, the priests, are performing a great ritual to attain heaven. Tell them that you have been sent by me and request them to give you some cooked rice." This is what Krishna tells. Ask them to go and request for some cooked rice from the priests. Krishna's friends went as directed and asked the Brahmanas, "Krishna sent us here. We are hungry and Krishna asked us to seek food from you." The Brahmanas were all caught up in the ritual and sacrifices, not knowing the intent of the sacrifice. The very divine energy for which the sacrifice was being made was asking for an offering, but the Brahmanas could not realize that and did not give the boys any food. Krishna's friends returned disappointed. Krishna, on hearing about the foolish Brahmanas, just laughed and said, "Now go to the innocent wives of these Brahmanas and ask them the same thing." The friends now went to the wives and told them, "O ladies, we have been sent here by Bhagavan Shri Krishna, who was playing with us nearby. We are hungry and have come to you for food." The ladies, on hearing that they had been given such a wonderful opportunity to enrich by serving, gathered all the food from their house and rushed to feed Krishna and his friends. Listen, the very act of enriching, the welcoming attitude is what is important. A very beautiful verse in the Mahabharata that says, "A guest comes with all the gods. If the guest is honored, so are the gods. If he goes away disappointed, the gods are disappointed too." That is why in Sanskrit, in Hinduism, it is said, "Atiti Devo Bhava." The guest is God. Titi means date and prefix, negates, and the A in Titi negates it. Atiti. Therefore, One who arrives unexpectedly without a prior appointment is Atithi or guest. When somebody comes unexpectedly, also serving him is the real welcoming attitude. The word used for ritual, the word used for the giving ritual in Hinduism is, in Sanskrit, is dana, which means sharing or imparting. The true meaning of sacrifice lies in the meaning with which it is done. Look at the trees. They live for the welfare of others, themselves facing the winds, heat, and snow, all the while protecting us from them. All their parts, leaves, flowers, fruits, roots, bark, etc., are used to enrich people, to enrich others. When you give away something you cannot afford to give, it is when you give away something which you cannot afford to give, it is true enriching or sacrifice. When you give away something you can afford to give, then it is not a true enriching sacrifice. A wealthy man giving away alms is not sacrificing anything. He may be doing a good deed, but more than that, but not more than that. Krishna mentions many forms of sacrifices here. He talks of sacrifice of material wealth, yoga, and penance, a combination of material, physical, mental, and spiritual sacrifices. When a person does these at some cost and pain to himself, they would be genuine sacrifices. Otherwise, they would merely be meaningless rituals. However, even that which is given away by someone who can afford what he is giving, it is done with good intentions of enriching, would result in gain to that person. His very intention to enrich will alter his mindset and liberate him. A person who does not believe in sharing his wealth will not only suffer in the future births as a result of his mental makeup, but he will also be unable to enjoy his own wealth in his present birth. When one sacrifices whatever is dear and whatever is difficult to give away, he enters a completely different plane of sacrifice, one that liberates the person. Such a person enters a plane of true non attachment, leading to liberation. Actually, the master lives in three dimensions of energies: the body, his teachings, and his mission. Masters come to dispel the ignorance of seekers, to show them the path. Only one third of the master's energy is in the present physical body. The other third is in the teachings, and another third is in his mission. The master in the body as Nithyananda, Dhyana, my teaching, Swamiji's teaching, and message of meditation is Ananda. Swamiji's mission of bringing forth the fountain of bliss that is lying latent in you. All the three together constitutes the energy called Nithyananda. Understand that. It is easy to do the first step, which is to follow the master in his physical form, because masters are so attractive by nature and they do not expect anything in return. The next level is to follow the dharma, teachings of the master. This is slightly more difficult because you have to not only listen to his teachings but also have to do something. You have to live his teachings, practice them. Though it is only for your own growth, your laziness, the tamas, causes you to not do this. And the final level is where you infuse your life with the truth that life is for others. Living is for enriching. You give your life to the master, to the sangha, to the mission, and become the cause of spreading the master's teachings. This is the most difficult since it requires from you the ultimate commitment for life. But at the moment, Devi Parashakti is herself telling that you do not need to do any commitment. You do not need to commit yourself to the sangha or to the sangha. If you're just luckily having the negative result of the COVID, the virus, then you can just come into the sangha and live openly without having to just stay inside one building. You will be able to do all whatever you want inside the sangha just to stay alive from the COVID, to escape from the COVID, to escape from the virus. You can just come and stay for free inside the sangha without any commitment. The thing is, you need to do the second step, which is living the teaching of the master. Swamiji, in the form of Devi Parashakti, is clearly delivering that it is very important for each one of us to be safe in the preventing, in the prevention, in the sangha, in these few adyanams which you will be able to stay. Mahatma Swami, would you like to add anything?
Yes, the very component of Tyaga brings amazing maturity to individual being. Tyaga is not a state on which you express yourself. It is the status in which you radiate your inner being. So when you have the Tyaga, the very material with which you have made will be completely different. See, if we see the amount of Tyaga, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, has been radiating to contribute to the whole world, come what may, face what may. But the amount of Tyaga with which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has holding each one of us, and the way he's protecting all of us is literally amazing and mind-boggling. So the component with which each individual can grow at this point of time is Tyaga. And taking the opportunity of having Tyaga, and what is the means with which we can radiate. And I would always again wanted to introduce that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, has and the Sri Kailasa has opened the gates for all the Indians to protect themselves in the COVID protection centers, which is open all over the India as well. We know, and every day the way devotees and the different people who wants to take shelter in the COVID protection centers, and how joyfully they are enjoying their life. We can see the live updates in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam's Facebook page and Twitter, Instagram, where people, when during the lockdown, when they stay in a smaller house and when they don't get to go out, and how the mental breakdown happens just to avoid. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given an amazing opportunity to all of us, where the protection, the double layered, multi layered protection has been ensured. At the same way, um, each and every possible and each and every thing which each human being which wants to, like the food and shelter, is being provided free. At the same way, if you want it, if you still want, if you still working in the by working from home, you will be provided the internet free. So everything is being completely arranged. All we need to do is just stay alive for next few years, for Sri Kailasa itself to come to you and give that enlightened lifestyle. So to get more details about how you can take part in Adi Kailasa ship, where Manu ship, where literally to sail through this pandemic, how you can become a part of it, and what are all the things which you need to do to get on to this to Adi Kailasa spaceship, and how you can protect yourself from COVID, and how you can protect your near and dear ones and beloved ones. So here we have Manitya Satyananda Swami coming up next, who will be introducing how one can become a part of it, and how one can um, take this whole pandemic in a very enriching way, and how we can protect ourselves.
Thank you, Manitya Atmananda Swami. Yes. Right now, Devi Parashakti revealed that the only solution of people to overcome from the pandemic is to stay in Adi Kailash, where the Adi Kailash is providing all of us, whoever wants to come there, the facilities of medicines, health, food, and multi-layer quarantine also. We would like to see how the pandemic is affecting while the slides are getting loaded. There's an opportunity for one and all to go and join the multi-level quarantine which has been given in Adi Kailasha. So what is multi-layer quarantine? Multi-layer quarantine is various, you will not be exposed to outside people itself. Even the people with basics will be, there will be a first level of people who will accept who will be interacting with the outsiders, and they will get their basic things required. And from there, it will be sanitized and sent to the main campus. Now, we will see what the world today is up to, how it is affecting our psychology and physiology. With nearly 248 million cases of coronavirus around the world, countries across the globe have been grappling with ways to stall the spread of the pandemic. The number of cases across the world have continued to be exponential growth since last month. However, there are few countries that have been able to limit the rate of growth. But it is not stopping there. Flattening the curves involves reducing the number of new COVID cases from day one to the next day. But this doesn't help. This doesn't help prevent. This helps only to prevent healthcare systems from becoming overwhelmed. The truth is, every day the cases are being increased. Here you can see how much increase is there within a week from the May 1st to the June 1st, a month. How much rise is there in the new cases being identified? There's one more report of new deaths happening in each and every day, increasing. You can see the past 24 hours, you can see only in one state, 3,874 deaths happening. India has witnessed a significant dip in COVID cases. There are 276,070 new COVID cases reported in last 24 hours. There are active cases is 31 lakhs active cases, which is being reported in this 24 hours. Okay, what are the spiritual solutions to deal today's this situation of the world? Here are few solutions with Devi Parashakti as blessed us all with. In one of the recent Akashic readings by Devi Parashakti, she has revealed the answer for a question: who can save this world? The rough transcript is going to be read by us now. The Devi says, I will give the answer to your question to all the Hindus of the world who are here. If you listen to the answer and live, your life will save. Your life is safe. Listen well about the secret of birth. I, Parameshwari, who has the fame of being birthlessness, is telling the secret of birth. Among the 4 types of birth, like Andajam, Yonijam, Jarajam, Bijam, which are born in 84,000 yonis, the reproductive organs, the most noble birth is human birth. Even in that human birth, after taking multiple births and living in life with desires related to politics, economics, worldly pleasures, litigious, worldly desires, and after living the life filled with desires, suffering, fear, many births, only for people who are coming to a conclusion of not wanting the human birth anymore and seeking only liberation in this birth, have the Yonism of Hindu religion. Yet the Yonism of Hindu Sanatana Dharma by being born to Hindu parents. Human birth is the noble birth. Sanatana Hindu Dharma, human birth is the noblest of all the noble human birth. For all people who took this noblest birth have the duty of protecting the Jivan Mukti, the science